What is up, everybody? Long time no see. Yes, it's me. I'm still alive, above ground, kicking, still messing with the worms. I tell you what, I appreciate all the messages everybody's been leaving me, and wondering what's up. I just had a Alabama started off. Alabama had a whole wave of a month long of storms that really hit me hard. I mean, wind gusts, and tornadoes, and anything else you can name. We got it this year. And it really took a toll on the farm. I had to do a whole bunch of rebuilding. I mean, you got strong winds when you go outside and your IBC tote are flipped over from wind and wind only. So I've had that going on. Then y'all know work, and then my daughter's having a grandson. So I figured while I'm getting his ENCs ready to ship out, that I'd just have a little chit chat with y'all since I haven't put out a video in a while. And I greatly appreciate all the new subscribers. When in the beginning of the year, when before all this started, we had 500. We're up to 712 now, and I greatly appreciate every one of y'all sticking around and still sharing it out and joining it. I do appreciate that. I appreciate all my new followers. I hope you enjoy the content you've been seeing. We're gonna get back to the normal and putting out videos once a week again. We pretty much overcome everything. You know, life is still trying to knock us down, but hey, we're going to improvise, adapt, and overcome, and we're going to win the battle. You know, you sometimes you gotta say, you know, I've lost the war. I mean, I lost this battle, but the war is far from being over, and that's just the way I had to look at it. But yeah, I got these ENCs are going to my friend Jimmy up there in North Carolina. I've been trying to get him worms up there for a while. Uh, for some reason, the UPS is crazy. I shipped these off to him last week, and they come right back. I shipped them off on a Thursday. I went to work, come home Friday, and they was on my doorstep. They sent them right back to me with no explanation. So we're gonna get them taken care of and sent back out again tomorrow, and hopefully he'll get them this time. Not me. I don't need them. I'm trying to get them to him. But yep, a lot of good things are going on. I noticed my buddy over at Missouri Worm Supply. He's doing the conference over in New York. So I watched that video today of his. That's a great thing. Y'all ain't never been to a conference. Man, y'all need to go to a conference. That's how I met him. You make a lot of friends at a conference. You learn a lot. You ain't got to be a big farmer. Conference is for everybody to learn. So if you can, I would go check it out. I can't. It's too close to my daughter having the baby, so I gotta stay here and be here for her, or I'd be up there with them. But anyway, I hope everybody's been doing good. Like I said, I've missed all of y'all, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and to make things right for yourself. You know, it took me a while to get back up on my feet with the worms and everything. I got done right. I had a good spring. I got enough of myself out on the spring that with all the heat coming down, then I got time to catch a breath and just work on my farm. I almost started to shut the website down so I could get through it, but you know I didn't think I'd be fair to everybody else, so I just continue to let it run and continue to fill orders as they come in. Trying to pick out the biggest worms in this batch is what I'm doing. These are all young worms, but it's what I got left. The the bin with the last video that I made with them big huge worms, that bin got knocked over and God knows where they are at. They're out there under the leaves somewhere. I can assure you that. But we're gonna get by. Y'all tell me down in the comments how y'all been doing. Like I said, I've had several people email and ask about me, and that's a good feeling, man. When you got people who watch you and are dedicated enough to send you a message asking how you're doing, that'll make you feel good. That'll help you uplift you and make you want to hurry up and get back to it. Because what you're doing is making a difference to some people, and that's all this is about. I don't consider myself a teacher, not one bit. What I consider myself is somebody who is trying to help other people learn by my mistakes. Because God knows, when I started off, I made a bunch of them. They wasn't as many worm channels as you got now. When I started, it was hard to get information on worms back when I started. But now there's several great people out there that you can get information from. And the only reason I do it like this, I don't like to sift my NCs, because I like to keep all the cocoons in this bin. Because once I empty all these worms, these cocoons will just start hatching out in here. If I had time, that big worm right there, it would become huge like that one worm I had. I wish they all would be that huge, but some of them genetics are just better than others, I guess. I mean, they all get fed the same. They all got the same bedding. They get the same amount of moisture. Just some worms decide to get bigger than others. Like all these little worms I'm leaving in here. I'm just gonna leave these little worms in here to grow out and tell the cocoons, hey, y'all come on out. We're having a party out here. We need y'all to help populate the bin. But I lost two of my carports. I got them. I didn't lose them. They just got tore up, and I fixed them. I still got them, but I didn't lose them. But I had to repair them and everything. Then, like I said, I had a couple bins get flipped over from the storm. Made it through that, and then had a bunch of work issues, and then a bunch of personal issues come up that I had to take care of. So I was just overwhelmed with everything, and was just taking time to take care of everything to myself. Wasn't making videos. I was still getting the worm farm together, but I just had to do it at my time and my. Ooh, he's trying to get out. My time and my space. I didn't want the extra pressure of having to make videos and put them out on top of everything I was going through. I hope y'all understand. But I think we're getting to a good spot now. I think we're getting back to a good spot where I can start putting out some videos. Like I said, it may not be many come out this summer, because all I'm going to be doing is studying on hatching, doing all my breeding and hatching out cocoons over the summer, getting ready for the fall rush. So, but after that, I'm pretty sure that I'll get back to making content on a regular basis. I just need to get through the heat of the summer first. Trying to get some of that bedding off. You want to get all the bedding off you can, so you got a good weight. You got a proper weight. You're not putting bedding weight in there. But doing ENCs like this, it don't take them long. They go down pretty fast, and they gather up, and you can just rake them all up in just a few minutes. That's why I said I shoot a video of me getting all this ready for Mr. Jimmy. So I just let y'all know I'm alive. I've talked to a couple worm farmers who just all out quit, and that's a shame. But they got to do what's right for them in their life. So you can't fault nobody for nothing. Everybody has their own life to live, and they know what's best for themselves. It ain't for me to judge them and say, "Oh, come on, and all that stuff, and they got to do what's right for them. I miss them, but we still talk. We still talk. My dogs are doing out there. I don't know what they're doing. They're out there playing roughhousing. Uh-oh. But yep, like I said, I just wanted to say hello to everybody. Let y'all know that New Soul hasn't went nowhere. We're just we're just going through some trials and tribulations in life. That's all. But we're gonna get it. You can't keep a good farmer down. What don't kill you make you stronger is what they tell you. I keep trying to tell myself, but sometimes, man, I don't know. I don't know. What is it, baby girl? Huh? We'll go in just a minute. I gotta get this order ready. My pit bull I hear is wanting to come in. Want me to come in. Come on. Come here, man. Come on, Sasha. You see? And my Rottweiler, that's Sebastian. My pit bull, that's Miss Sasha. That's my babies. I love them two heifers with with everything I'm made of. They're funny. They're happy to see me when I get home every day. But I'm gonna send all. There's probably more than 2 pounds there, but I'm gonna send them all to him because he was very patient. He ordered right before all that hit, and I refunded his money, and I'm just shipping him the worms for his patience. You know, this is all on me because he was very patient. I couldn't get back off the ground and fast enough to beat the heat that's in North Carolina. So I refunded his money, and I told him I was going to send him these worms. It'll just be on me. I'll just appreciate all his patience. Every now and then, you got to be nice. You got to treat people the way you want to be treated, and it'll come back around. The Lord will bless you, or you believe in karma. Karma will come back around. You know, if you're not very religious, you know. I don't walk around with the Bible and preach it all the time, but I do believe, and I do accept, and I do pray. But you gotta. Sometimes you just gotta treat people the way you want to be treated, and it pays dividends sometimes. And that's all I'm doing here. He was very patient, so I'm rewarding his patience with 2 pounds of free euros. Because literally, this is all I got left. 2 pounds. I got a bunch of cocoons hatching in there, and a bunch of cocoons hatching in a tote out there to get my batch back up. But it just seems to be the right thing to do. Very patient individual. Didn't send no nasty emails. Didn't say, "Hey, what's going on?" Was very polite, cordial. Was very understanding. And people like that, I'll bend my back over for. In this case, giving him 2 pounds of free worms. Because I guarantee you, this 2 pounds, by the time that tote hatches and them, I won't be shipping anyway because it's getting too hot. After I ship these out to him, I won't be shipping because it'll be too hot. And by the time all them hatch, I'll have more than I need when the fall batch, everybody starts ordering in the fall. The fall starts because spring and fall is when all 90% of your orders go haywire. If you ain't got a good supply up for either spring or for fall, you're gonna catch yourself in a little bit of trouble because they'll go out faster than you can keep up with them. I had that happen to me last year. I could not keep up. Even as fast I could order worms in from my supplier, I was shipping them right back out. I couldn't keep nothing here for breeding or stock for me. But I'm not in that shape now. I've got my bins set up the way I run them, the way I want them. I got them running at 110%. I like the new way I've set everything up. So, and it's producing for me if I can keep the weather from blowing me away. And I'm sure some of y'all gonna say, well, what about the building? You know, I had the building is full of worms. It was, but the building is full of breeders, and luckily none of my breeders got hurt. It was all the grow out bins that were outside that took on the brunt of the damage. Then I had a tree fall on 2 of my carports, and I had to fix that. But it's all right. We survived it. Like I said, what what don't kill us makes us stronger. A lot of it I can blame on me. I should have, when I knew the storms were coming. I have my carports. I got them tarped in to keep the rain out of the bins, and I can direct the wind through the carport to keep the worms warm. But at that time, I didn't. I let them tarp because it was raining so much, and the wind, them tarps just acted like a sail and caught every bit of that wind. I know what happened, but the tarps just caught every bit of the wind, and that's what helped flip them all over. And the trees falling on them didn't help none because it been a lot of the frames. I took them off and re-welded them and repainted them. Some of them look like a Frankenstein mess, but they're functional. And that's all that matters right now. All right, gang. I'm going to get off here. These worms are just about ready to throw in some peat moss and get them packaged up and sent out to Mr. Jimmy. Once again, we're still alive and kicking. I love every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all hanging there with me. And until the next time, we're going to keep keep saving the soil one worm at a time, guys. And this is Bobby with New Soil Casting. We'll talk to y'all later, guys.